First, you need to figure out what is the framework for DPP. It's roughly 90 attributes, product-related attributes that needs to be filled in to do the DPP certificate. And then I think it's a matter of trying to figure out where do you have the highest percentage of these attributes in which systems. Start there and then take step for step. It's not more difficult than that. These systems could potentially be ERP, it could be your PIM system, it could be your MDM system if you do have one, it could be the PLM system. It's difficult to say where a company has all the product-related attributes, so that's something they need to figure out themselves. But I think it should be sort of an inter-company project. You can't just leave this to the sustainability department. It should compose of more people within the company to do this work. The data, it can't be in a PDF, it can't be in an Excel spreadsheet. It has to be open, machine-readable, structured data, and the underlying data format for transferring the DPP data will be json-ld. The benefit of having it in a PIM is that you would also have a unique product identifier, which is important in order to compare it with other data sources. It's possible to comply to the DPP requirements with an in-house system. That's of course possible. But then again, you would need to have a team that is really into the DPP requirements, reads all the documents, understand how it works. You would also need to buy the DPP dataset in order to understand 100% what's needed. Then you need to gather all the data. You need to make up QR codes, which in itself is not that difficult. So many things within the DPP area is possible for a company to do themselves. But I think the hard part will be to have the expertise on the DPP requirement and regulation itself. And for most companies, being compliant with the DPP is maybe not their core competence. Their core competence is to build and manufacture fantastic products rather than know every finer details about a regulation. Manufacturers that sell into the EU, and if their products are part of the DPP regulation, they would need to look into it themselves. Then again, we have to bear in mind that the EU is actually a very large market for manufacturers outside of the EU. EU, even though it's many countries and many different languages and cultures, is actually a market of 450 million people. So for many manufacturers, the EU is massive. And they can't just look away and say, fine, we're not going to do the DPP requirements. If they have to do it, I think most of them will be smart enough to understand that this is good for them. It would be good also for other markets that they have machine-readable data, sustainability, they track the data, they know where it's come from, the origin of. So there are many benefits for a company to do this. So if you're non-compliant as a manufacturer to enter or sell your products into the EU, one, it will hurt your profit. You will leave the EU market to your competitors. They will grow and become stronger and maybe hit you in the markets where you operate. It will give a big bump to your brand in terms of you're not available in the EU, and I think consumers will be disappointed. That's 4 causes, and I think there are many more for a company not being compliant.